Dear Byrd, my social worker, Janet Worry, not her real name, says I should write you letters. She doesn't know I've been writing you all along. She says a lot of her mothers, that's how she talks, my mothers, have trouble getting started. Some copy out favorite poems or song lyrics. Some send greeting cards. Greeting cards, I said. It's a start, she said. What do your mothers write about, I said. Everything, she said, anything. Sometimes it's easiest to start with the facts, the details of the child's birth, whatever you think your child might like to know. Just be careful to leave out any identifying information. On the day you were born, J.D. took me to the hospital and went with me to the maternity floor. The carpet in the elevator smelled like iodine. One stop before ours, an orderly got on, pushing a woman on a gurney. The woman's arms were covered with needle bruises. She had a high, weak voice, and she kept asking the orderly, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?" They took me to a room and put me in a bed, and J.D. came in and planted himself in the recliner and turned on the TV, some show about dolphins. I watched him watching. I watched the dolphins in his glasses. The room smelled like him. I felt safe. Then a nurse came in, all crisp and efficient, and said to him, "Are you the father?" "The driver," he said. "Maybe you'd like to wait in the waiting room." J.D. stood up. He looked like Paul Bunyan. He came and stood over my bed and laid his hand on the top of my head like he had something to tell me. "Let me know how the show comes out," he said. He waited 14 hours before they called him to the nursery. Could you see him there, pressing his big face to the glass? He said he knew without asking which one was you. He said, "You look like me, sort of, and sort of like the man on the Dolphin Channel." 3 days later, he took me home. He had a present waiting for me, a grab box from his latest estate sale. Grab boxes are how the sale companies clear out a person's small, junky items that can't be sold by themselves. 25, 50 cents, you take your chances. J.D. had gotten me a 50-cent box. It had a pot of dead chrysanthemums, a glass frog for flower arranging, a crocheted Kleenex box cover, 3 shrimp forks, and a pair of ladies' worn-out terry cloth slippers still attached by a plastic thread. J.D. shoved his big feet in the slippers and tried inching along in them. "Here she is trying to get to the telephone," he said. He wanted to make me laugh, and I wanted to, but I could only picture the old woman from the hospital elevator, the one who kept asking, "Why are you doing this?" Dear Byrd, dolphins help women have babies and not. I began writing stories when I started writing fiction. I was working in Laurel Goldman's writing group in Durham, and I was getting great feedback on my stories, but the folks in the writing group kept telling me, you need to go deeper, go deeper. And Laurel finally said to me, really, I think a novel is the way to do this. And I thought, I have this character. She needs more than a story. Maybe this is her time.